Today, the sun rises again, allowing us to welcome new day. Jesus Christ's invitation is like the sunrise every day. It comes every morning. Every morning. Therefore, we often take it for granted. We don't appreciate it so much. Just like sunlight in the summertime, when we sunlight in summer, scorching heat, we don't appreciate that heat. Every morning the sun rises and sets at sunset. Whether the weather is good or bad, every morning, even on rainy days, the sun rises. Christ's invitation arrives every morning, and we should respond to his invitation. Last week we considered that Jesus Christ descended from heaven and became a man. How about our position as human beings? First, let's consider the true nature of humanity, its concept of human identity. To know the true nature of humanity, we need to know who God is. I read Genesis chapter 1, 26, 27. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the flesh in the sea, and the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. To know ourselves, we need to know who God is. And only by knowing who God is can we truly understand our own identity, true nature, the purpose we have. Because we humans are created in the image of God, his likeness. God is holy, righteous, and loving. He is a holy God, completely free from sin and evil. He's the one who practices justice in the world. And he loves every human being, both good and bad. God's dominion over humanity is filled with his love. He sends rain to both wicked and righteous. So he provides everything we need through nature. Even those who continue to sin, seems like God's enemies, are actually loved by God. Jesus Christ revealed God's nature by saying in Matthew chapter 20, 28, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but served, to give his life as a ransom for many. God is in heaven, we live on this earth. In this sense, God is far from us. However, in reality, he is very close to us, right beside us. He's with us always and everywhere. He's watching over us. We are created in His image. This is a clue to knowing ourselves, our identity. However, great problem arose in human history. Since sin of Adam and Eve, humanity has decided to live separately from God. When humans decide to live independently, separated from God, they forget their own identity. They live aimlessly, not knowing what they want. They live as they please, carried along by the wind. I call this pinball life. Hit by something and going along and then going down finally. That's the life many people live today. Because I know I lived that kind of life until 30 years old. Sinful humans think life is my own. How I live is none of anyone's business. This is my life. I can decide what I want. I don't care what other people say. This is my life. None of your business to say to me what to do. I have the right to live freely. This is a classic statement by humans. They live with their shoulders, elbows like this, outstretched. If somebody come here, I elbow. I don't care. I can push them off the cliff. That's why this world is insane. It's a society where people hurt and kill each other. Crime is constantly increasing. Wars never end and continue somewhere. It's not just human relationship going insane. Many people in this world hate themselves, suffer from feelings of inferiority. Survey in the United States showed that over 80% of people said they dislike something about themselves. Despite of advancements in science and technology, why is it that humanity cannot solve the problem of evil in the world? Our lives are becoming increasingly convenient with mobile phones and many other electronic devices. Incurable diseases are disappearing. New medicine are discovered every year. Average life expectancy is going higher every year. We now live in an era where people are expected to live for 100 years. So I have about 30 more years. Wow. So why cannot we solve the problem of evil? because humanity itself is evil. Humanity itself is insane. This is why. We have become like slaves to the curse of evil in human society. The more we struggle to break free from this painful life, the deeper we sink, like in a quicksand trap. Jesus Christ called this state slavery to sin. How can we escape from this insane curse of sin? Let's read John chapter 8, 31-36. So Jesus said to the Jews who believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples. You will know the truth, and truth will set you free." They answered him, "We are offspring of Abraham, have never been enslaved to anyone. How is it that you say you will become free?" Jesus answered them, "Truly I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. The slave cannot remain in the house forever. So if the Son sets you free, you are free indeed." Even if we do not personally commit sin, commit evil, we can be affected by sin in the world. The thinking we have, "This is my life, I have the right to live freely," that's a sinful thought. Consequently, we become slaves to sin. Being a slave to sin is a state in which we lose our true human nature, way of life. We are not under God's control, but living according to our own worldview. At its root, the idea, we ourselves, the center of our own lives. I can decide what to do. This is like having spiritual amnesia. You forget who you are. You have forgotten your own ID. You are created by God in His image. You have forgotten your name, your date of birth. So as a result, you don't know why you are born, where you came from, and what you want to do with your life. Only Jesus Christ can heal this disease of amnesia. He will free from shackles of sin. There's a sequence to this process. He says, if you abide in Christ's word, you become His disciples. Abiding in Christ's words, the essential. And then you know the truth. And then His truth sets us free. I believe this process goes on over and over in our Christian lives. I mean, it is quite possible we become slaves to sin again if we are not careful. As I mentioned last week, this truth is not something you can grasp, point to this. This is the truth. Rather, it gradually seeps into your heart, warming it, removing the chains of sin that have become as cold as ice. It's like a weight has been lifted from your mind. It's like everything suddenly falls into place. This is what Jesus is talking about. Something clicks into place. You feel like you finally found the answer to your questions. Something you vaguely wondered about. In reality, many people in this world have spiritual amnesia, are lost in the maze and their own values. They are searching for the reason why they are born, purpose of their lives. It's like a maze. They're going around and around the same place. Have you ever, you are not, you're a good Christian, so I was bad guy, so I felt, before I became a Christian, of course, I came here before. I experienced same thing before. A strange feeling you had? I have many times, because I did stupid things over and over. I came here before. In fact, many people feel the same way. Japanese novelist Hiroyuki Itsuki, I said before this about him, in his book, The Purpose of Life, people try to find their purpose in life, but they may not find it. Rather, trying to find one's purpose is the purpose of life itself. Mr. Itsuki, what Mr. Itsuki writes is correct. Apart from God, humans cannot find their purpose in their lives. It's impossible. Because God is our designer. God knows us best, right? Because He's designer, we are created beings by the designer. He knows us best. But God intervenes in mysterious ways for those seeking the truth. This varies from person to person. So it's impossible to generalize, but here's one example. An event occurs that makes you want to know Christ. The trigger is created by God. Next, those seeking the truth will almost certainly have good encounter. Someone, good Christians. This person may be an ordinary Christian, but you will sense the fragrance of Jesus Christ, His love from such a people. Unfortunately, many people fail to notice God's guidance, God's intervention, because they are spiritually insensitive. Our preconceived ideas prevent us from seeing God's guidance, God's intervention. Let's open our hearts honestly to Jesus Christ. When we go to Jesus Christ, do you know what will happen? Jesus Christ come to us. This is the way it happens. When we try to go to Him, He comes to us, near to us. He will gently take your hand and guide you. So continue to seek, learn from Him. This is the faith the Bible teaches us. Jesus Christ teaches us. As I said at the beginning of this lesson, Jesus' invitation arrives every morning. Every morning. Every morning. Like sun. The sunrise. Let's respond to His invitation every morning. Every morning. Good morning, God. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Jesus. I come to you. I will follow you today because I need you. So let's go to Him with genuine, honest faith in Him. 賛美お願いします。